She's bold, she's theatrical. Her heartbreak glittered in rhinestones and rebellion. From viral pop anthems to drag-inspired glam, Chappell Roan is quickly becoming the new face of queer pop. But what's her sign? Today we're diving deep into the world of wigs, tears, and confessions to guess Chappell Roan's zodiac sign. Let's talk lyrics. Because if you really want to understand a pop star's zodiac sign, you've got to go past the glitter and into the poetry. And Chappell Roan, she's writing novels and eyeliner. Let's start with her breakout hit, Good Luck, Babe. You'll say it was never love, and I'm the one who made it up. But truth is, you could get up if you wanted to. This is classic Pisces heartbreak. It's that soft, wounded kind of pain that still wants the best for the person who hurt them. There's bitterness, but it's poetic. It's not revenge, it's resignation. Pisces doesn't burn the bridge, they weep on it. And then the chorus, good luck, babe, you're gonna need it. Spiteful? Maybe, but mostly sad. There's always this tension in her music between hope and hopelessness. She's calling them out, but still, she wishes them well. That's emotional maturity through tears. Now, let's look at Pink Pony Club, a fan favorite and queer anthem. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. This is fantasy, escape, longing. It's about leaving behind a world that doesn't understand you and finding belonging in an imagined paradise, a dream soaked in neon and freedom. And the pre-chorus, Mama, I found a place where I can finally be myself. I don't want to be anybody else. That's deep soul searching. But what zodiac sign feels out of place? Like they're floating in a world that doesn't get them until they find their people. That need to be seen for who they really are? That's not just artistry, that's astrology. Even in Red Wine Supernova, she mixes romance and delusion. You're a red wine supernova. You're always on my mind. I'm drunk on a dream I don't want to sober. She's falling in love with just the idea of someone, romanticizing pain, intoxicated by emotion. Could this be Pisces, Cancer, or even Libra? And if we're being real, there's nothing casual about her lyrics. Even when she's cheeky, there's this undercurrent of melancholy meets magic. Her songs feel like journal entries in glitter ink. Her words ache, and that emotional intensity is why so many fans feel seen. Now let's talk about Chappell Roan the person, not just the pop star. Because her music might be glam, but in real life, she's soft-spoken, funny, awkward, and kinda emo. In interviews, she's incredibly open, like heart on her sleeve open. She's talked about everything from being raised in a strict religious household to coming out to crying in the makeup chair before shows. She once said in a 2024 interview with them, I was wearing a wig and crying before the show, and I just felt like a clown, like no one cared about me under all the makeup. Oof, that hits deep. That's not a diva talking. That's someone who's feeling everything, all at once. What zodiac sign is sensitive and layered, often torn between how they present and how they feel underneath. She's also a bit socially anxious. In another clip, she laughs and says, people always think I'm super confident because of how I dress, but I'm actually scared to make eye contact half the time. This could be classic Pisces duality, bold outside, squishy inside, that gap between the inner world and the outer performance. Pisces lives in that tension. And yet, she's hilarious. She's self-deprecating, pokes fun at herself, and once described her tour persona as a sad clown with a glitter addiction. She walks this fine line between camp and catharsis, and she owns it. This playfulness could hint at Sagittarius or even Aries. Plus, she has this really intense loyalty to her fans, often crying while reading messages from queer kids saying she helped them come out or feel seen. She doesn't just receive love, she absorbs it, she feels it deeply. That's Neptune's influence, empathy turned all the way up. She also cares a lot about authenticity, sometimes to her own detriment. She admitted that she turned down label offers because she didn't want to compromise her weirdness or hide her queerness. That's not just rebellious. That's someone with a spiritual code, a moral compass. And let's not forget, she's emotional, but she doesn't wallow. She transforms it into art, into persona, into drama. That's someone who knows how to alchemize pain into something meaningful. All right, let's talk style, because Chappell Roan doesn't just dress up. She metamorphosizes. She's like if a Bratz doll had a nervous breakdown in the dressing room of a queer nightclub. And we mean that with love. Her looks are theatrical, drag-inspired, over the top, and sometimes unsettlingly emotional. We're talking sky-high platform heels, giant pageant hair, neon tights with sad clown makeup, sharp metallic corsets giving robot Barbie. 80s prom, Queen meets Mad Max realness. This is pure Neptune energy, the planet of illusion, glamour, and mysticism. She doesn't just wear costumes, she disappears into them. She becomes characters, and she's in on the joke. She once described her aesthetic as hyper-feminine drag clown realness, which is both hilarious and oddly poetic. She can be 5 versions of herself in one performance. This ability to transform and shift so easily could hint at her being a mutable sign. She also references characters in her outfits: a sea witch, a broken Barbie, a cheerleader from hell, a dream girl who's clearly crying under her lashes. These are archetypes, symbols. Her whole vibe is, I've been through it, and now I'm performing it at a cosmic cabaret. Even her color palette says something. Soft pastels next to bold reds, midnight purples, metallic silvers. She's mixing softness with danger, light with shadow. She can't help but bring the dream world into real life, even when it's messy or contradictory. Bottom line, Chappell Roan doesn't wear outfits. She builds a whole emotional landscape and then invites you in, rhinestones and all. She's not doing fashion. She's doing feelings and drag, and that is textbook Pisces with maybe some Leo or Scorpio seasoning. Okay, you know the drill. You can know someone's music, you can study their fashion, you can watch all their interviews. But if you really want to guess a zodiac sign, you've got to feel their vibration, their energetic signature, their soul's frequency. So what's Chappell Roan's vibe? Let's just say it's main character energy, but not the polished kind. She's like the girl in a coming-of-age movie who's spiraling in the bathroom at prom while holding a rhinestone clutch and yelling about her ex. She's unhinged in high heels, but in a way that's endearing and deeply relatable. There's this overwhelming sense of duality in her presence. She's confident, but insecure. She's bold, but emotionally raw. She's in drag, but it's not armor. It's an X-ray. Also, let's talk about her connection with the crowd. On stage, she's theatrical, campy, borderline absurd. But she locks eyes with fans in the front row and cries mid-song. She pauses to receive letters. She hugs strangers. That level of empathetic openness is something only the most emotionally porous signs do. You can also tell she lives in her head a lot. Her fantasy world is louder than reality, and that often makes her feel out of place in the real world. And spiritually, her vibe isn't just sad girl pop. It's sacred theater. It's queer, divine, and cosmic. She's making heartbreak feel holy. If we were to sum her frequency up, it would be, I'm broken, I'm beautiful, and I'm gonna dance through the pain like it's opening night. Whatever it is, her aura is sparkly, tragic, witchy, and soft. Like if Stevie Nicks, Lady Gaga, and a sad anime girl all had a pop star baby. And if that doesn't scream water sign, I don't know what does. Chappell Roan was born February 19th, 1998, which means she's a Pisces sun. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, and escapism. So it makes sense she built a fantasy world out of her pain. And those glitter tears? Classic Pisces. Did you guess it right? Let us know in the comments, and who we should decode next on Guess That Zodiac Sign. Hit like, subscribe, and keep your stars aligned.